It's been months since this outbreak has began, and it's come to the point to where it has reached the U.S. It has reached a bunch of these states in the U.S., and it has reached sports as we know it. The NBA announced last night that they would be canceling, or not canceling, suspending the rest of their season until further notice um, due to infected players, which includes Jazz center Rudy Gobert and Jazz point guard Donovan Mitchell, or shooting guard Donovan Mitchell, whatever. But it's uh, it's been a year full of worry for people, and I think it's definitely come to the point where, yes, it's completely reasonable that sports games, tournaments are being suspended or canceled because we're at that point. This outbreak isn't getting better. Sure, some people have kind of gotten a bit of a handle on it, but it's not getting better. But so until it does get better, there will not be any more NBA basketball until they can find, a way to kind of get a grip on this. So this is completely understandable. And I think it's completely understandable for all of these other sports to be canceled too. I wouldn't be surprised if spring training or football were canceled because I think they should. Because we are at that point where we cannot be putting these players at risk. We can't be putting anyone that has to do with sports or anyone in general at risk. So I do hope I'm keeping the hope, for Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell. Really hoping you guys can pull through. So stay strong. And anybody else who's been affected by this. Tom Hanks was also infected by this. Reports came in last night after he posted on his Instagram that him and his wife were in Australia and that they had been infected. So my hope goes out to everyone who's been infected by this virus, this just awful virus. I mean, it's just devastating. And it's to the point where we haven't really seen a lot like this. We've seen stuff like this, but we haven't seen a lot like this. Because this thing is it's disguised itself as many sicknesses. And so we're at the point where we need to start being very cautious because it's reached the U.S. It's in the U.S., it's in sports, it's everywhere, almost everywhere. But we are at that point where we need to be very cautious about our health, about others' health, and about, who we're around and how cautious we are if we are infected. So, until further notice, there will be no basketball. There will be no NCAA tournament. Well, there won't be a lot of NCAA tournaments. I still think a few will be going by their schedule, but there will be no soccer until further notice. But this isn't an overreaction by any of these sports. I think anyone who says this is an overreaction is insane. No offense if you're thinking that, but I don't think this is an overreaction at all. I don't think anyone else should too. Because why would it be? This is a pandemic. It's become a pandemic. I have a board game downstairs called Pandemic. Yeah. So, we're aware of what this has been doing to people, and it's just truly terrible what it's been doing. I've been worrying about it. A lot of billions of people have been worrying about it. And that's completely understandable because this is a sickness which can kill people. It's a survivable sickness, which is the good news. But for the most part, it's a very worrisome sickness. So we need to be very cautious. So, like I said, a lot of these sports are being suspended until further notice because they don't want players to be infected, such as, or like in the case of Rudy Gobert or Donovan Mitchell. You don't want to have them spreading the virus. Now, there were reports that Rudy Gobert was a bit careless with his actions and was kind of touching a lot of things and touching players and their belongings. And, I saw on First Take how, they were saying he may have been treating this as a joke. That's what I believe. Because he was sure acting like he was treating this like a joke. Now, Rudy Gobert's awesome guy. But I just don't think he was I don't think he was taking it seriously. But other players are, which is, kind of what Rudy needs to be doing. But, that's fine because I think that they are going to recover from this. I think in good time, this pandemic will be better. We're going to get a grip on it. So I didn't want to do too long of a video on this because it's just, it's worrying me a lot, and it's gotten to the point where a lot of things are changing in the world, and in sports, and in everything. So, in a nutshell, this report is completely understandable. I was a bit shocked by the news, but deep down, I saw this coming. A lot of people definitely should have seen this coming, because like I said, we're at that point where it's time to start doing this kind of stuff. So that is it for this video. Once again, NBA season suspended until further notice, until we can get a grip on this coronavirus. So, we'll see how it goes. So, that is going to do it for the video. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, subscribe. I mean, I don't want to attract subscribers for something like this, so I'm not even going to say any of that. So, just, whatever. We'll see how this goes. Alright. I'll see you guys later. Sports fans, everybody, Rockets fans. I'm really hoping we can get through this. So, I'll see you guys later. Spencer out.